Hello, dear brothers and sisters. Are you looking for a live worship, entertaining worship? Nowadays, people are looking to worship God that they have to feel something. They don't feel anything, they won't go to that church. Now, here's some of the churches you might like. They're full of extreme or surprisingly entertaining. They do this in worship. You can have whatever you want. You can have a snake worship, holy laughters. They keep laughing all the time, or they can do this to you or during services, and they can entertain you. But is this the right kind of worship that God is looking? This unnecessary worship, sometimes unbiblical worship. Now, performance, stage show, entertainment, emotion, feeling, celebrities, lifestyle, treatment, cultures, Christian crown. Is this the one we're looking for? If it is the one, and remember this in Matthew 15:9, and in vain they worship me, teaching us doctrines, the commandments of man. Those are many people that try to attract people to something they do. It's not they're trying to give Jesus, but they're doing like a stage crowd. Now remember this in John 4:23 and 24. True worshippers of God, true worship according to Jesus. Now here, John 4:23. Yet a time is coming, has now come, when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth. For they are the kind of worshippers that the Father seeks. Now, must worship in spirit, must worship in truth. Alright? This is what we're going to talk about. In spirit, not for entertainment or self edification. When you go to worship, who you worship? God or somebody else? Whom are you trying to please? Yourself, the crowd, or God? Should God the one who feels your praise and worship? Sometimes people complain, when I go to that church, I don't feel anything. You don't have to feel anything. It's not for you. It is for God. You have to show God that you love Him. God has to feel something from you. Amen. Now, here's another one, Romans 12:1. And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to Christ, to God, because of how you've done for you. Let them be a living and holy and acceptable sacrifice for God. That's what it's important. You need to worship God, not yourself. It is important that don't copy the word. Don't copy the world. And their customs and tradition and their scheme. But let God transform you in a new person by changing the way you think, renewing of your mind. Change your mind. The way you think, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about God. Now, here's another one, worship in spirit. Now, speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, songs from the Spirit. Sing, make music from your heart to the Lord. So whenever you sing, whenever you pray to the Lord. You don't show it. Not like they said, the hypocrites, they show that people they see them. Now, sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. Who's that? Jesus, the word. Whenever you read the Bible, when you never study the word, it's part of worship. That's how you worship God. Amen. So don't forget it. That's how you worship God.